Yo, what is up guys, it's Full Vibes here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the hype for Marvel Avengers and why this game has so much potential and so much hype. If you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. I have done other videos of Marvel Avengers in the past, so if you guys want to check that out, the videos are going to be in my channel. But without further ado, let's get started with the video. So there are many qualities that I consider a good game. You know, if they hit all these four things that are actually good in these four categories, I think of it as a good game. You know, there's gameplay, which is number one. There's graphics, and then there is future post-launch updates, and then the last one is devs. So I'm going to be talking about each one of those, and just a quick heads up, some of these topics I'm going to be incorporating other ones. For example, if I'm going to be talking about gameplay, I might incorporate the devs a little bit just to elaborate on the gameplay, but I won't go full and deep on the devs part until it gets to the devs topic. So the first topic is gameplay. So what does Marvel Avengers have that no other game has? So recently I've been playing a lot of Marvel Spiderman, just trying to get myself hyped up for the next game. And I was seeing, you know, Marvel Spiderman has skill trees, it has cool suits, it has you know, a lot of different abilities that you can actually unlock. And Marvel Avengers is going to have all that, but it's going to be even more in depth. Right, so for Spider-Man, the more skills you unlocked, you got new attacks, you got your older attacks were buffed, all that kind of things, and that's gonna same thing would be Marvel Avengers. Each hero is gonna have his own costumes and suits and everything like that, and they're also gonna have their own skill trees for various things. They're gonna have their, like, for example, their range skill tree, and maybe their close-up skill tree, and maybe their support skill tree, all that kind of things, right? And as you unlock it on each like kind of side, you get you can get different abilities, and your older abilities get buffed, and then you can kind of, I don't know if your abilities are going to be put together with the other abilities you had, like, or you're going to have to pick between some abilities. I think that's going to be the case for some abilities you're going to have to pick between, but honestly it's going to be super cool because you're going to have multiple heroes, and as new heroes come out, you're going to have all these different types of abilities also. And now with gameplay, with combat wise, they said that every single game or every single character is going to have a different combat feel. So for example, Black Widow is going to feel different than Iron Man. Iron Man is going to feel different than Hulk. And something else gameplay wise is that even the same characters are going to feel different for different accounts. You know, for example, say you and your friend are playing, both of your Iron Mans are going to be different. It's going to be different, the way you guys play, the gear you guys pick, the perks, the artifacts, all that kind of things. They're going to be different. Obviously, if you pick the exact same ones, they're going to be very similar, but I think they would still be a little bit different just because you could still play a little bit differently. But it has really in-depth customization. On top of that, you have a lot of different cosmetics, and like you have emotes, you have cool suits that you can get, which is honestly really amazing. You know, and the fact that it's not just a story mode that we have. We're going to have an amazing story mode, but we're going to have side hero missions for each hero. We're going to have what's it called, war zones. We're gonna have like all this co-op features, like online. You have online, you have single player, and the combat goes really in depth. You know, there's cool combos that you can have. You can have even team combos, so you and another teammate, or maybe even more, can do a cool team finisher, which is honestly amazing. Enemy types are going to be a lot of different enemy types. They've only showed like the tip of the iceberg when it comes to enemy types and all that kind of stuff, and we're gonna have more. And plus, we're gonna have more villains. We're gonna have a bunch of side villains, all that kind of stuff. If you guys want me to do a video on the villains that I want to see in the game, make sure to leave that in the comments below. But this game has massive potential when it comes to heroes in the game, when it comes to villains, when it comes to enemies. They have all this types of features, which is all gonna come together in the gameplay, and that's what's gonna make the game stand out. It's not gonna be a boring old competitive fighting, you know, plus you have different backgrounds, all that, but we'll get more into that later in the video. Now the second thing I want to talk about is graphics. Now this has not been too positive. Some people have been saying it looks like a PS2 game, some people say it looks like a mobile game. I'm not gonna lie, during the live streams the frames are dropping a lot, but I just want to address the fact that they were streaming this at high quality to millions of people across many platforms, so obviously it was going to have low FPS. I'm more interested in the gameplay than in graphics, because I know they can fix the graphics in the future. And then people were also saying that IGN got their hands on, and even when it wasn't streaming, it was still like glitch, it was still like low FPS and FPS drops, all that kind of stuff. But you guys gotta remember, this is alpha, you know, this is pre-game, actual game footage, you know, like this isn't the real game, you know, the game isn't actually like the full game isn't released. We haven't even had the beta yet, so this can all be fixed. And even if the game actually comes out and there's still some minor things that they need to change, or even some major, they can change that. They listen to their fans. They can easily change that. They can buff up the FPS. But other than that, the character models they fixed really quickly. The characters look good so far. Everything else looks pretty fine. It looks realistic. It's almost like Marvel Omega, but just better in like almost every way that I can think of. But honestly, I'm super excited for this game and the graphics that it can come with it, because especially with the PS5 coming out soon, and you're gonna get that free upgrade to the PS5. Imagine all the hardware and all these new technology that they can get their hands on. They can make some really spectacular gameplay and experiences, spectacular looks. Imagine getting 4K 120 FPS on this game. That'd be absolutely amazing. Now, the third topic I want to talk about is future updates and future DLC, because no game is going to live forever if they don't keep getting updates, right? So, for example, games like Spiderman, even though as amazing as it was, they had a couple DLC down the line, but the game didn't even last a whole year. You could finish the main story if you really grinded, and even like all the DLCs in that week if you really grinded, like a couple hours each day, which is kind of a little bit bad. Like if I had all the DLCs already, like, and I had the main story, right, and I didn't have to wait for the DLCs to come out, I had it all like right when I got it, like I could finish the entire game with all the challenges and everything and all the objectives in probably a month at most, if I and that's if I played it at a paced time. If people wanted to rush it and play like 10 hours every day, or like 8 hours, 6 hours every day, they could finish it in a week. So if as good of a game as it was, that's not that long, and especially since this game they want to live on for years and years to come, they need to add future updates and all that kind of stuff. And that's why they're going to have DLCs and all that stuff for absolutely free, and they're going to be adding new villains, new characters, new heroes, new villains, and new regions, which is going to be really cool. So hopefully we can get that kind of stuff. We're also going to have an end game. We already have one of the end games, which is one of the things you can do in end game, which is the aim strongholds, where you take down aim robots and all that kind of stuff to get the best loot. And they're gonna have two other things. Maybe we can have even a Thanos one on a different planet. And then we can go into space. They already said they're gonna have underwater missions. They're gonna have like normal online missions. We're gonna have missions in space. We're gonna go galactic, which is honestly amazing, because those are, in my opinion, the best types of missions. Even like the first 8-day trailer we saw, at the end we saw Iron Man in space. So that kind of shows that we're already gonna go galactic, at least on some missions. But hopefully we can go on different planets. Not just in space or around Earth. Maybe on different planets. That'd be really cool. Maybe on the planet that Thanos originated from, or maybe some other villains or heroes originated from. That would be absolutely amazing. Villain why we have so many potential villains. Again, I could do a video on that. I want to do a video on that. I probably will. But there's so much potential when it comes to potential villains that we can see. Same thing goes with heroes. There's so many heroes that are in this in the Marvel. This is over half a century worth of content and comics and all that and creations. We have hundreds of suits for each characters. We have hundreds of characters. We have Fantastic Four. We have the Avengers. We have the Eternals. We have Guardians of the Galaxy. We have X-Men. Especially since MCU are bringing a lot of these lesser known characters to light, adding new suits for them and all that kind of stuff. Because remember, this game's going to take stuff from they're going to take like characters and suits from the MCU, from the comics, and they're even going to make up some of their suits like on their own. Like Insomniac had their own made up Spider-Man suit. Same thing I think will go with the other with the other Avengers that they announced in the game. I think each Avenger might have their own made up suit or iconic suit, whatever like that, that the actual Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix make up. That'd be really cool. Maybe they'll have multiple for each Avenger, I don't know, but at least one for each Avenger that comes out. And there's a lot of potential for that part of the game. We have amazing gameplay, okay graphics that can easily be improved upon. It's still in pre-game, there's still like pre-game footage. And then we also have amazing, we kind of have high hopes for the future of this game, because they want to support this game years and years to come. They're gonna have free DLC with regions, new heroes, new villains, all that kind of stuff. That sounds very promising. And the last thing that I want to actually talk about is the devs. Now, honestly, the developers, of this game, they're probably like one of the best developers you can ask, like companies. Like they have so many companies in this. I think they have like 5, right? That's absolutely crazy. This is a huge project. Not to mention these devs, they listen to their fans, and they're fans of the Marvel comics. When they were showing the war table, every like, for example, Thor's manual targeting, which is one of the abilities that you can get once you upgrade a skill tree in time. They showed us the exact comic book and comic book number that it came from. Same thing with some skins, with some characters. They are huge fans of Marvel franchise, not just the MCU, but the comics itself, and that's actually amazing to hear. They're trying to get both sides, I think, of the best. They're trying to get a lot of well-known villains and heroes. But they're also trying to get the lesser-known villains and heroes, because you need to have a balance of both. They have Modok, which isn't as well-known. They have AIM, which also isn't as well-known. And you have Taskmaster, which is also isn't well-known. We have Abomination, which is pretty well-known. And they're probably going to add more heroes that we don't know of, or that are already in the game. Maybe like Ultron or Loki, that are very well-known. Maybe even Thanos down the line. Same thing with heroes. They have Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hulk, all those kind of heroes. They're super well known. But Miss Marvel, she's not well known, and I definitely know that down the line we're gonna have a lot more heroes that aren't as well known, like Moon Knight, Nova, all those kind of heroes that aren't as well known, which is honestly really cool. And they're honestly just huge fans of the game. They don't want microtransactions. They already stated the only kind of microtransaction is going to be purely cosmetic. And even the cosmetic things, it's not going to be loot boxes, so if you pay money, you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to get the exact skin that you wanted in the shop, which is 10 out of 10, that's absolutely amazing. So, honestly, I have huge hopes for this game, and I think they listen to their fans. People complain about the character models. They fixed the character models in like a couple months down the road. They were pretty good, Same thing with graphics and everything like that. Like, they listen to their fans. They're not kind of the team that, they're not kind of the developers that highly market this game and they use it just as a cash grab. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this hype for this game could be bigger. Now, it got bigger after the war table, but it could be bigger. But they're not really monetizing this game. I think probably in a month down the line they're gonna be heavily monetizing this because it's gonna be really close to the release date. But so far, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I haven't seen any ads or anything for the game, which is kind of surprising. But is that such a bad thing? We don't want too much monetizing, but at the same time, we don't want we don't want no monetizing at all. We want a balance, So hopefully, a month before the game, they'll start heavily monetizing it because we want people to start knowing about this game, getting hyped, But that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys want me to do a video of the villains I want to see in the game, make sure you guys leave it in the comments below. I am also probably gonna do a video of the pre-order editions and just a pre-order guide. So for the people out there that want to pre-order the game or are thinking about pre-ordering it, you guys can watch that video too. But that's gonna be it, guys. So make sure you guys subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.